You are live. You are live. Oh shit, we're live. Sorry.
Well, hello, everybody.
Well, hello there, everyone. I apologize for that rocky start. Nick is in control this week, and so I had to work out a few bugs, but I think we're good now. Thank you all for joining us. Of course, it is Tuesday night. We are on a little bit, just slightly a little bit later than 7:30, but hey, we're here, and we thank you all for being here. We hope you're all tuning in. I'm very happy because all four of us are back now. It's been a couple of weeks since all four of us were out, so let's do this. It is Tuesday, as you know. This is Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable. And as always, I'm Nick Rosario, but I'm never alone. I have my trusty cohorts with me to get through this. This is going to be a great one. Of course, she's been with me from the beginning on this show. Delilah Crespo. Delilah, how are you? How's it going?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm okay. This makes me feel better.
Oh, very good. Very good. Of course, the man of 1,000 voices, impressions, and the voices in his head are probably in the millions. Mr. Anthony Handy. Handy, how you doing there, sir? How's it going?
Hey, you were talking about a rocky start. It's not about how many times you mess up. It's about how many times you mess up and you keep going. You know what I mean? Apollo Creed hits really hard. He hits real hard.
Oh man,
I got stuff in the basement, but other than that, I'm doing. Paulie says he's got a salad for me later. I'm doing all right. How are you? And I'm very happy to be here.
Very good. Hey, there it is, and that's why now we can start. Tina, thank you, Tina. How are you? What's going on with you? How are you doing?
All I want to say is, yo, Adrian.
That's about right. That is about right. Whoever Adrian is, I hope she's yoing.
I'm good. I'm glad to be here and glad all four of us are all together this week.
We're all back.
I think we got a lot to talk about this week, right?
Yeah, we're going to catch up on some things, I guess. But yes, thank you all again for joining us. This is the Roundtable, and as always, what does a football game or conversation start with? It starts with a coin toss. All right, well, let's get to it, shall we? The coin toss is upon us. And our first question of the day, which I think is kind of an interesting one, because right now the NFC North is looking pretty good. So I'm going to throw this out there to my panelists. And Delilah, we'll start with you. Is the NFC North the best division in football right now? What sayeth you?
2 out of the 4, maybe. No, I'm not going to argue that right now. It's like week 4, and I don't trust my team. So that's the reason why I'm saying no at this point in time.
All right.
Except for Minnesota, who right now is playing lights out.
Well, yes, they are definitely playing lights out. But, okay, fine. Delilah says no. She's going to wait and see. It's week 4 only, so she's going to withhold. Handy, we'll go to you next. Is the NFC North the best division in football, my friend? Right now, after week 4.
I would tend to say yes. I mean, if you look at the stats, they have the highest winning percent. They have the highest winning percentage in the league right now.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. I know the Packers are at 500 right now. The Bears are at 500 right now. But even at that, look at the Bears in recent years, and the fact that 4 weeks in, you're at 500. Hey, it's a great start. And I mean, the Vikings, Skull, and the Detroit Lions. I'm sure we're going to talk about that at some point. That was a phenomenal game last night. I mean, both of the Aiden Hutchinson by himself is a wrecking ball. And that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to go with yes. I had to take a look when you brought this up. I had to take a look and see how things are going across the league. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Nope. Very fair. Tina,
I got nothing.
I believe you had an opinion on this.
Were you waiting for a voice to pop up or something? He's like,
what?
He was kind
no,
of.
I never know, Andy. So I just give an extra second in case. Right, if you want to say something, I just wait an extra second in case. But it's all good. Like I said, we're good. Tina, how about you? I'm sorry.
Him reciting all of that sounded like my college professors. I'm used to voices. I'm sorry. No, I disagree. I don't think it's the best. Because in order for it to be the best league in football, and technically nobody right now in the AFC or on the NFC is all four teams cooking with gas right now. But I think the one that has the most potential to do it is the NFC East. Because right now they're close with each other, and Washington's they've lost one game where the Vikings haven't lost any. But who have the Vikings also played? They've played the Giants, which, a peewee team could beat them right now.
Okay.
They played the 49ers, who at the time did not have Christian McCaffrey, and half their wide receiving core was actually injured at the time. So there's that. They played the Texans, and they did whomp the Texans. I will say that was a very good game. And they played the Packers, in which in the second half of the game, they allowed 22 points to be scored, and Jordan Love almost came back and won that game. So, could it be the best league in the best division in the league? Yes. But I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair. Again, this is going to spark a debate. And Anthony raised his hand. Anthony, you want to rebut in some way? What did you want to say there, sir?
Well, it's kind of. I know sometimes we want to use the who had they played argument in the NFL, but the NFL and college are a little bit different, a little diametrically opposed to one another. And just because, well, you know what? I had something, and then the voice in my head told me that I wanted pizza, and I forgot what I was going to say. But there's a big difference. There is somewhat of a difference in the pros and college. College, that's a real big thing. That's actually something that the voters take into account when they're ranking the teams from 1 through 25. We're all college football fans to some degree, so we think about that. But when you're talking to pros, it's all about wins and losses. And right now, as we are talking, after 4 games, the Vikings are undefeated, which a lot of people are surprised by. The Lions, who we thought were going to be moderately good to great this season, are doing well. Like I said, the Bears are doing, to quote the late Denny Green, the Bears are who we wanted them to be. That's not change the words, because that's not exactly a quote. That's not the definition of the word. But the Bears are who the Bears fans wanted them to be. This is a good place for the Bears to be right now, because it could be 0-4 out of the gate. I looking at that alone, I have to do. I love you to death. I love your hair. I think it's
awesome. So you're gonna butter her up and then just never mind. It's all right. No.
She threw the hair. She put the hair toss in, so it's
right.
It's okay.
Exactly. You got to put the hair toss. Check your nails. How you feeling? Feeling good as hell.
I get what you're saying, Handy, and I agree with you to somewhat, but I do think you do need to take into account who you played. One, they haven't played the Lions. They haven't played a lot of teams that are at that level. And my second point is going to lead into, I think, what is the next question that Nick has is it because the teams don't know what Sam Darnold is going to be doing? And how much is that affecting that? Now, not to take away from Aaron Jones and Jefferson and those guys. See, what Minnesota has some phenomenal players on it and some great offensive talent there. I don't think we need to crown them right now. Where I'm going.
But again, I was just talking right now. We just talking
right. I was only the question was right now, right?
That's all we talking about.
Still right now. Crown them right now.
Next week it might be a whole different story. They might go down on Crenshaw and Slauson and mess around and get caught in the middle of a crossfire. But right now, today, as we are talking, pimp to pimp, player to player, the NFC North is doing some fantastic things, as they say.
Yeah, and that was kind of the point I wanted to make is like, I get it. It's only week 4. I know there's plenty of football to play. We got 14 more weeks of this. But I'm just saying the fact that if you would have told me before the season started that the NFC North would be looking like a pretty good division this year, I might have laughed a little bit. Just saying. Because like I said, I didn't know what Minnesota – right. See, there you go. Like Delilah doesn't trust it.
No, here's the thing. I went with what you said with the NFC North in the best division. I kind of agree with what I can see with Nathan Snow, which is it really the best division? Why isn't the AFC considered to be some of the best divisions? Now, there's a division in there. I think the AFC East could also probably make a claim for that too. So
I don't know the AFC East.
Okay, but here's the thing. You guys are really going way too far with the question I asked. You guys are really taking this a lot further than I wanted to take it. I asked a simple question of, right now, is the NFC North the best division of football? That's why I didn't say AFC, because the question was simply about, is the NFC North the best division of football? And you guys went way over here with it. I understand why. I get it. No, I know Delilah did it, but I'm just,
Delilah did
right,
it.
No. That's what I said. No, and again, I love
to go a mile.
Right. Well, I know that. And I wanted some discussion. I didn't think I was going to get that, but that's okay. This is exactly why I love this show, because you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, I simply was only talking about right now, and was the NFC North the best division in football? And that's fine. I know you guys may not think so, and that's okay. I'm just really impressed right now with how, because even with the Bears, you know how I feel about that whole situation. But we should be 3-1, honestly, but we're not, and that's fine. We're at least 2-2. We have a game that is winnable this weekend. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, really, Minnesota kind of took everybody by surprise. And you're right, Tina. My next question was going to be, because this gentleman is having a career resurgence. I don't, he's only been in the league 5 years, but is Sam Darnold an MVP candidate? And I'll start this one just because I've been impressed with what Sam has been able to do. Yes, I understand he has Justin Jefferson and Mr. Jones and me, tell each other fairy tales. That's fine. But the point is, no one expected Sam to be doing this. If you look at his career, they're going, oh, wait, the Vikings got Sam Darnold, big deal. Like, even in my fantasy leagues, nobody took Sam Darnold as their quarterback. I was able to pick him off the waiver wire because nobody wanted Sam. And now everybody's clamoring for this guy, and they're like, oh, my God, look at Minnesota. And again, I get your point who they think about it. You don't make the schedule. So the fact that they got San Francisco and they beat them, people are not going to look at, well, here, this guy was missing and that guy was missing, right? This is the NFL. You got next man up. Let's go. Still got, and you said they beat the Texans. Like, those are 2 good wins. So if this was college, you would look at quality of victory and you would see that they've beaten 2 really good teams. Regardless of what happened that week, that's still that way. That's just my opinion, of course. But yeah, so I really think, again, it's early. We got 14 weeks of football to play. But man, if he continues on a pace like this, I think Sam Darnold has to be in the conversation. Delilah, go ahead. What do you think?
I agree. If he keeps playing the way he's been playing, and to Tina's point, if he could do this against the better teams out there, not just San Francisco, but San Francisco they're struggling so far this season, right? I mean, it's early yet, but it's not that San Francisco is good, let's be honest, right? But I know it's because of injuries. Still, give him a few more weeks. He can hold his own against and I'm not saying the best is best, but some teams that will give him more competitive edge, like the Detroit and things like that, then yeah, I definitely think he should be in the conversation. To be fair to him too, is he hasn't been on teams that use him well. He has been on some really awful teams that didn't know how to like manage his type of play. He didn't have the pieces, right? He didn't have Justin Jefferson, right? So I do think that does matter as well, is he didn't have the right system for him, and he seems to be fitting in really well for Minnesota. He is the type of guy he is that quarterback that Minnesota goes for. And so I'm glad he's having some success, to be honest, because everybody thought he was a joke. And so if he could hold his own the next few weeks, I do think he should be in the conversation.
All right, fair enough. Handy, what about you?
Well, he's got as of right now, he's got the best QB rating in the league. Now he's not like leading the league in yards thrown. He's not leading the league actually, and he's got more touchdowns thrown. The closest quarterback to him so far, we heard that name mentioned in the chat, in Baker Mayfield. So and Baker's playing some good ball right now. So that's doggone good company. If we're looking at how much football has been played right now, I would say 100% yes.
All right. No, again, we are talking just about right. I'll go ahead, Tina. Give us your opinion on this one.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut Tina. I didn't mean to cut
Go
Tina.
ahead, finish your thought, Handy.
I'm sorry. You may proceed.
I did not mean for that to come out the way that it is. This has been a bad week.
I'm
a little froggy today.
Froggy. It's all right. Hey, it's all love, my people. It's all love. Go ahead, Andy. Finish your thoughts here.
Yes, please do.
Oh, me? Oh, well, what I forgot what I was going to say. I had to back up for a minute. Like, did I do something? You ever catch somebody say something to you and you just like, damn, maybe I did do what I think they're going to say that they thought that I did. I know what I was going to say. I honestly thought that Darnold was like either on his way out of the league or out of the league. I did not even, I'm just going to say it. I didn't know the boy was still playing, and I hate to say that. But so to see him doing this now, it's great to see a career resurgence. We talked about this before last season. This goes to show what can happen when you take a quarterback. When you take a quarterback that's great and he gets drafted, they are at the mercy of the draft. And 99% of the time, they get drafted in like the top 10. And what are the top 10 teams in the draft? Unless it's a quality team that traded up and totally stole a pick from somebody, they're garbage. They're hot fire. They're garbage. They're hot fire. And so you take this kid with all this talent, put him on a team that's garbage, and you expect him to turn him into, But I had an uncle that used to say, "Don't feed me BS and tell me it's brisket," and that's what they do to these. That's what they do to these young kids when they draft them. So to see this goes to show when you take a kid that can play and you put him on a team with a coach that knows the difference between an X and an O, other than the fact that it spells ox, is that they can go out there and they can ball out.
Yes. No. And again, I 100% agree with you on that point. Tina, go ahead now. Let us know what you think.
If we're talking at this time, yes, he should be in the conversation for the MVP. I personally think, though, that we're going to see how this plays out and how it goes. Okay. And if the Vikings play it out and do well, then yeah, he definitely deserves to be in the conversation. But I think he's getting a lot of props right now for all the reasons that everybody has said. He came in, he wasn't playing with OCs or quarterback coaches that could help him make the transition from college to football. They wanted a square peg in a round hole situation. And that's what happens with a lot of these guys. It happens with quarterbacks a lot. It happens with safeties a lot. You just need the right scheme that works for what you're doing. And the Vikings had time to readjust their scheme somewhat, because we have to think about this. Like, yeah, J.J. McCarthy was going to play for me and gets injured in the preseason.
Right.
An offense that was set up for J.J. McCarthy, Sam Darnold can come in and do well in, because it's not going to be a very advanced high-level Pat Shurmur crazy kind of offense. It's going to be set up for a rookie. But I do think Sam has done a very good job. And someone mentioned in the comments, I saw in there that they also mentioned, like, part of the reason the Vikings are also doing well is because their defense is lights out right now. They're making turnovers. They're doing other things. So is he an MVP candidate? It's time to answer the question you put forth, Nick. Yes, he should be.
Wow. All right. I like it. We're a little feisty on this Tuesday. I like it, baby. Let's go. Let us go.
The lawyer
feistiness is upon us.
But you're wrong because.
Right. I got you. No, I got you. I did. Hey.
Nick,
yes, sir.
You didn't tell me you had grills on the smoker. You didn't tell me you had ribs on the smoker because it's awfully saucy in here today.
No, hey, I like it. Hey, I believe me. I'm a big boy. I can take it. Let's go. Like, I have no problem with any of that. All right. Let us move on, though, because, again, we understand, again, it's early, but I thought these were questions I'd bring up and see what, as you can see, people, we get a little feisty over here on the old Roundtable on Tuesday. So, let us move on to our next segment, which is a segment that everybody loves and enjoys. I know I do. It's Diversity with Delilah. Let's take a peek at
Let's talk about the round table. Yeah. And let's talk about ladies.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nick is a little slow on the uptake. I apologize. Diversity with Delilah, no more Sam Darnold conversation. I'm working this out. I am running the show this week, so I'm doing my best. I apologize. Let us go. Go ahead, Delilah. I'm sorry.
You're doing great. All right.
You just acted like you managed to get hold of all the Cheerios. Ain't that something?
I love it.
I'm just being okay. I'm being
Candy's bringing a lot into a lot of things. I think he's nipping over there.
Wow. Yeah. Like I can't show kindness. Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry. What I did that wrong. What am I doing? You see? I don't know what just happened either. Hold on. I'm trying to get Delilah back. Where'd she go?
Disappearing with Delilah.
Where's Delilah at? There she is. I'm sorry.
About
This is what I was trying to do.
Hey.
There it is. Thank you.
All right. So, in honor of Latino Heritage Month, when I talk about Isaiah Pacheco, we don't always have to talk about retired or former players and stuff on Diversity with Delilah. I know he's out with an injury. Hopefully, he'll be back soon. Not just because I need him back on my fantasy team, but I want to see him out there playing again. So Isaiah Pacheco, as everybody knows, plays for Kansas City. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winner, but where did that last name Pacheco come from? So he is Puerto Rican on his father's side and African American on his mom's side. And something that I really like about his story is that he was drafted in the 7th round in 2022, right? And that didn't stop him. In his rookie year, he didn't just make a name for himself. That's the year that the Chiefs beat the Eagles. He rushed for 830 yards that game, scored a bunch of touchdowns to help the Chiefs get that win. And so he did help get that Super Bowl 57 win. And he became a lot of people's one of a growing favorite at running back at his position. And so I just wanted to cover him and talk about this Boricua out there making waves at running back. And I hope he comes back soon and that he keeps growing and that his injury doesn't keep him from the next few years of his personal growth as a player. He is from New Jersey, grew up there, humble beginnings. And he does a nice job of representing his Boricua culture and his African-American culture. I always like when he busts out his Puerto Rican flag. If you have not been around Puerto Rican people, we are all about our flags. We drape it everywhere. We put it everywhere. So, like, if you're ever in Chicago on the East Coast, wherever you see Boricuas, Puerto Ricans at, we love having our flags out there. And I know that the NFL also did a spotlight on Isaiah Pacheco during Hispanic Heritage Month, and they went with him to Puerto Rico, and they showed him on the island and around. And so I thought it was important for me to also mention him on this show during our Diversity with Delilah segment. So come back, Isaiah, and the Chiefs are winning without you, but still, I want to see you back out there and see if you could be a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Because some people think that the Chiefs will be back in the Super Bowl. I know we talked about this before too in a previous week. But all right, get better, Isaiah. Get back out there, see what you can do. And that is your Diversity with Delilah, Isaiah Pacheco.
All right. Thank you very much, Delilah, for that. What we're going to do now, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to play you a clip from an old show just to show you what we do around here. So enjoy this. But all right, Tina, we'll go to you next. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Put some coconut shells on me, give me a little dance, do a little hula with Pumbaa and T-Bone. Got you handy. Puka, 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 puka.
Oh my God.
Let's all do it.
What are we doing?
If I had thought about it, I should have learned the song. All I gotta do is the old. What T-Bone?
It's the best. Ooh, okay then. Oh man. Oh goodness.
I'm crying at my own joke.
Right, no, it's great. That was phenomenal.
All right.
Really?
All right, there. Of course. No,
That was great.
what's better than that? I mean, like, do you see what I'm talking about here on Tuesday nights, ladies and gentlemen?
What a segue! What a segue into her own.
Right. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what we do here on the old round table. We like to have a little fun with our football. But of course, our next segment, of course, we all know, is Tina Winter's Corner Office. So hold on for them.
All right. I think I can actually talk.
All right, Tina, take it away. You'll be all right.
So
That's not Tina.
Hey, Handy.
No, hold on. That's not. Get off of there, Andy. That's not right. That's not Tina. Tina got a haircut and she changed a little hue in her skin. I don't know what happened there. I apologize. There you go. Let's go. All right, there we go.
Got a hell of a tan when she was over in
And
Italy.
Ben Cornett wants you to dance some more, Tina. Ben would like you to dance more. There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little cheerleader, and we're gonna have the top 3 people, top 3 interceptions, top 3 people with interceptions in the NFL this week. It's not corners; it's all safeties. So number 1 is Xavier McKinney. He's from New Orleans. He has 12 solo tackles. He has 4 interceptions and 4 passes deflected. Kirby Joseph of the Lions has 12 solo tackles, 3 interceptions, 4 passes defended also. And staying in the top 3 is Tyrann Mathieu from New Orleans too. He has 15 solo tackles. He's the first one that has a forced fumble. He has 2 interceptions, and he has 3 passes defended in the league so far. And I probably should have checked with Handy about this ahead of time. Not sure who he's going to be covering as in the rookie spotlight, but my rookie spotlight in this area is Kool-Aid McKinstry. And right now, he is second in the NFL with a 69.23% lockdown rate. So I think Nicole's probably very happy with her boy on the Saints right now, because that kid looks like he's going to be up there with some of the best. All right. That's the corner office.
All right. Thank you, Tina, for that. Let's go back to the 4 of us. See, I can do this. All right, here we go. So our next, Nicole says, I love it. Yeah. No, this show has been a great one. I mean, me personally, man, I love live TV. I used to work in it a little bit back in the day, and to me, there's nothing like it because you just never know what's going to happen, and it's so fun. But now we're going to move on because, as you know, our teams all played this past weekend. And if I'm not mistaken, all three of our teams were victorious. And so, Anthony, we'll
Wait a
start
minute,
with
hold on.
you.
No clap for that.
Oh, yeah, good. Right,
No
clap for that. All of our teams
That
won this
really
week. Right,
happened.
do. We get it. We got it. We got it. We good. We good. Work it. Never mind. Okay, never mind. All right, Andy, your Falcons of Atlanta beat the Saints of New Orleans on a last-second 58-yard field goal by Young-Ho Koo. What do you, man? How was that? That was a great game, Andy. Give us your thoughts on this past weekend's victory by your Falcons.
Wait a minute, just a brief second while I get my dirty bird home.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I have to say, after the Falcons' performance over the last couple of weeks, I would like to upgrade their status. I know you all remember I said that the Falcons were trash. I've upgraded their status to gently used refuse. So I mean, they haven't gotten out. They haven't gotten out of the realm of things that I'll take things that you throw away for 2,000, Alex. Daily double, but they're looking good. And that's great. And it really made me feel good after a certain other game that took place on Saturday that we won't talk about because that's not a college show. But Young-Ho Koo, the irony that Young-Ho Koo is playing for the Falcons. For those folks that don't know, he went to college about 4 hours southeast of Atlanta in a very small school called Georgia Southern University, which was for a long time was like the sister school to the Dogs because the defensive coordinator from the 1980 team went down there and coached up a phenomenal program down there. So much so that Alan Paulson, the guy who was the CEO of Gulfstream, basically built them a stadium. That's how good they were. It's like, I'm gonna build you a stadium. Anyway, I'm happy. I'm happy to see the Falcons doing well. That I know I sound a little blasé because I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like Delilah says, I don't trust the NFC North. But I'm happy that they're winning right now. And I saw Nicole in the comments somewhere. Nicole, I'm sorry, dear heart. I meant to send you a condolence card after Sunday, but I'm sorry. So for this week until we meet again in New Orleans, what's that they say? What is it? I forget. It's French. We dat. That's what it is. We dat this week. We dat. So, yeah. Kirk did not necessarily have an outstanding game, but he did enough to not lose. He did enough to not lose. And Young-Ho Koo that kid must be protected at all costs because I've seen very good field goal kickers suffer an injury and then wind up not being in the league. Rodrigo Blankenship being one of those. A Dog, who was playing for the Colts, who hurt his hip and went with the squad. So anyway, I'm rambling because I was eating some Santa Fe salad over here while Tina was talking. And it's far enough away that I won't knock it on the floor. Anyway, I'm happy for the Falcons. They are now upgraded to gently used refuse. I won't say rise up yet. I would just say elevate slowly. There we go. So that's how I'm feeling about the Falcons win.
All right, very good, sir. No, that was good. And it was a very good win, actually, for Atlanta because I actually took New Orleans in my weekly pool and I lost. So there you go. Tina, your Broncos managed to pull one against the Jets of New York. And boy, let me tell you, there was no one happier than me, probably except you. So go ahead and give us your thoughts on this past weekend's Broncos victory.
Jets fans, how do you really feel about Nathaniel Hackett now? Okay, yeah, granted, the first half of the game was essentially rain, so neither offense really wanted to go with too many throws or anything. So the first half of the game was very, very boring. But hey, my rookie quarterback got his first passing touchdown in that game, and he threw it to the senior man on the team, Sutton. So it was a squeaker. The ball changed hands like 4 times in the last 2 minutes of the game. And Lord, I was never been so happy to see a ball go right and the Jets lose because it wasn't good. I mean, it just we won is the best I'm going to say, and I hope we build on this and we go forward, and we kind of go back to what we were doing when we beat Baker Mayfield up and down the field the week before and sacked him 7 times. So I'd like to see that Broncos team again, not necessarily what we played with the Jets. Yes,
Nope.
And I love watching Rodgers lose again.
I mean, that was the highlight of my week outside of the Bears winning with Rodgers loss. So that was great for me. I don't know how anybody else felt. Delilah, we got a victory this week in a game that, again, full disclosure, I worked the game, so I didn't see it, but I went back and watched some highlights, and I got some, I had to go back and watch some things to see what happened, and I saw some good things. DeAndre Swift finally broke out of his little shell and was able to run for a nice touchdown. DJ Moore in the back of the end zone. The offense got going a little bit. Delilah, give me your impressions of our Bears' victory on Sunday.
I'm still going to give credit to that defense always keeping us. Where we have been in every game because of the defense. Let's just put that out there, okay? That defense has been rock solid since week 1. Absolutely.
Yes.
Montez Sweat, right? Picked. And that's literally got us the touchdown and extra. They kept us in the game for our offense to finally get something going in the second half. I get nervous when we go into the second half because, we've had years of, not being able to do anything in the second half. And now it's flipped. And now the first half is what's going on? Tevin Jenkins, I didn't like that he went out with an injury. I don't know what that means for us because we already have a pretty Swiss cheese offensive line there. So I don't know what that means for that.
I like Swiss cheese.
I was happy to see Cole Kmet because I actually do believe in Cole Kmet. I don't think we use him right. I think he could be a way better tight end in the NFL if he was used properly. And so I did like seeing him get his touchdown. I did enjoy seeing Swift get his touchdown finally. I want to see DJ more and more in action. I did like that we got loose finally. Caleb Williams looks a little more comfortable, at quarterback again. He's just a rookie. So, yeah, honestly, yes, I thank you for Montez Sweat because he really did help us there. And so our defense, rock solid. Offense, I'm still not trusting it because I need to see it gelling. I don't know with Shane Waldron what his vision is for the offense. I still don't get some of his plays.
Yeah.
Some of them are still questionable for me. I know Tina had her apprehensions about him too, when we signed him from Seattle, and she made some good observations. And I am seeing some of that as he calls plays for Caleb. But I'm hoping we start gelling a little more. We'll see what happens next week. Who do we play next week?
We got the Panthers on Sunday.
So again,
the next 3 weeks for you guys should be games that you guys should be
winnable.
So.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. We get the Commanders, I think, in that the week after the Jaguars, don't we? And that could be a test. Good.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
If we can't hold our own against the Panthers, which we should have last week, when we played. So
that's all I can do. Give him the shoulder shrug. What happened? No, but I agree with you.
Sean. I agree with that, Sean. Yes, no more option runs at goal line. Honestly,
that's that I don't even want to talk about that anymore because I yelled about that for an entire week after that game because I'm like, you have to be kidding me with what we're and that's my thing too. I'm glad you mentioned the offense, Delilah.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out if Shane Waldron just picked up the playbook from last year and went, well, this looks all right. Maybe I can work with this. No, well, I don't know what you're doing, pal, but you need to throw out all of that, even if you have to rewrite an entire playbook in the bye week. If I see some of that crap continuing going forward, bro, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to Lake Forest and visit Hallis Hall and get arrested. Because my goodness, man, you really have to. You have to be kidding me with some of these play calls. What are you calling? What are you doing? I'm serious.
Towards Eberflus at the same time.
Well, right. But see, the thing is, Matt said he wasn't going to be calling plays, right? And last year he gave it up. He just started calling defense fine. Your defense is killer. I'm very happy with the way the defense is playing.
Exactly.
Now, if we could just get again, I understand the line is definitely a sore spot, and it's definitely an eyesore at times. I get that. but man, it hasn't really had any cohesion either. And I've talked about this many times. Like, I thought we really needed to strengthen the line more during this past draft, and we
100%.
didn't. Fine. And we didn't. And so now you have to play with what you have and try to make this work. And so you have to find a way to get Caleb out of there, get him out of the pocket, get him rolling out, doing this, doing that. So he has some kind of time. But to just drop straight back and just let him sit there and wait for somebody to come after him, that's not going to work, pal. So I definitely want to see some changes in your offensive scheme, my friend, because I'm tired of watching my quarterback run for his life or get
100%.
knocked on his behind. Yeah, so that's what I have to say about that. I will take the victory, though. 2-2.
Yes.
Let's go. Panthers this weekend. I will be working the game again, so I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be there. It's going to be great. So thank you guys for that. What would you trade some, what is it, lineman for Monta?
We'll trade you a small lineman.
No. You guys are doing fine, Sean. You don't need Montez Sweat back. You're good. Just don't worry about it. You just stay over there in Commander Land, and you're fine. But let us move on. We're going to take another quick break. And again, we're going to show you a clip from a past show, so I hope you enjoy
I just
this.
want to know, it's supposedly I was reading a story about Devin Witherspoon, and his mom made him a special little thing, a charm to go around his necklace for memories, like when he would have Cheerios for cereal in the morning. And I was just kind of curious, did he play better on the field with her spoon or without her spoon? That's all I want to know.
Wow.
Oh, man.
What I say? Did I say something wrong?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. I'll see myself out. Thanks. Try to be delicious.
That's right. Oh, man, I love it.
What'd I say?
As you can see there, folks, I love a good pun myself, so that's never, I love these things. Like, this stuff is phenomenal. Yes, Ed, you got something to say for yourself? You got something to say, right? Right? You got something to say for yourself there?
I said that.
You
I
did?
can't believe I
It was
said
all
that
you,
with a
buddy.
straight face.
It was all you. Hey, I loved it personally because I love good puns. But anyways, all right, we're back. Again, I hope you enjoyed that little clip from a past show. Every once in a while it's good to show those. Let you know that, we've been here a little while and we love bringing you the football and the humor. But now it's time for the man. See, I can't even, now you got me going because look, he's got his head down. Oh, for shame, Anthony Handy, for shame.
No, he just did it to us. He didn't do it to Delilah.
No, that's the best. But yes, it is time for. Hold on. See, look, I even have a video for this. Look, do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those things where, like, I got it. I'm going. Here we go. I think this is you. Hold on. I hope it is. All right, here we go. Rookie Spotlight.
Oh, man.
All right, take it away, Mr. Handy.
Hello, people that are watching the show. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Hey, I'm the guy with the voices. And here today, I'm here to talk to you about the Rookie Spotlight. This is the segment where I pick a rookie. For those of you that know nothing about football, that's the guy that had never played football before for the league. And they said, hey, we got a job for you. Come play for us. Yeah, it's that simple. There's no joke there. My rookie this week is a guy that I have followed from the time that he first set foot on the field. He may or may not play football for a college team that plays in a town that's located about a half hour or so, 45 minutes in the same vicinity of the state capital of Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today, our rookie of the week, Mr. Andrew Ladd McConkey. That's right. His first name is Andrew. I did not know that until I started looking it up. Anyhow, this guy, the first time he caught a pass, the first pass that I saw him catch, and my buddy Colin and I said, that kid's going to be something. There was just something about the way he caught the pass and he juked a couple of defenders. It was going to be a catch for a short gain, and he juked a couple of defenders, and and got about an extra 5 or 10 yards out of it. And we said, that kid's going to be something special. And be special he did. He wound up being a very integral part of both national championships at the University of Georgia. And he's one of the things about him is he's a tough guy. He's tough. He's not your traditional tall, muscular, lean receiver. He's a small guy. And he also happens to not be the same hue as me, but he's fast as hell. Honestly, he's a trooper. Like he has no quit in him. He played hurt most of all of last season, even to the point of playing in the national championship, because he was that dedicated to helping the team potentially win a third national championship. Now we know that did not happen, but let's get into Ladd McConkey. I could talk about this guy off the dome all day because I watched him play for 3 years at UGA. He went to North Murray High School in Chatsworth, Georgia. And this guy was a Swiss Army knife. He played quarterback, running back, DB, punter, and kick returner. He finished his senior season with 36 touchdowns and 300-plus all-purpose yards, and they retired his jersey. You know how bad a dude you got to be for them to retire your jersey in high school? They retired his jersey. While he was at the University of Georgia, I don't want to go through all of his stats, but like I said, he was the guy that if you needed a clutch catch in a situation where it was a crucial third down or a crucial fourth down, there was one or two guys that Stetson Bennett was throwing the ball to. That was either Ladd McConkey or that was Brock Bowers. He wound up finishing his career at the University of Georgia with 119 receptions, over 1,600 yards receiving, at a 14.1 yards per catch average, 14 touchdowns. He also used him for the jet sweep. He had 216 rush yards and 4 touchdowns there. He wound up being picked with the 34th pick in the 2024 draft by none other than the Los Angeles, San Diego, we don't know what we're going to play next year, Chargers. He's played, at the time that I did this, he was going to be the Rookie of the Week a couple of weeks ago. We decided not to do the show. But at that point, he played 2 games total. He had 65 yards and a touchdown. As I mentioned, kid's fast. He runs a 4.3. He ran a 4.340 in the combine, which, as we know, if you're in the 4.4 range, you're already fast. If you start getting anything lower than that, you're kind of hard to catch in the open field. It's safe to say. And one of the things that is good about him, as I mentioned before, he's not Gary Coleman small for NFL, but he is small in comparison to the rest of his NFL counterparts. And because of his smallness and his quickness, it makes him very elusive. He's really good about being able to get behind, getting behind that first line of DBs and making some incredible plays. He's got a really low center of gravity, so he's able to, like I said, he not only is he fast, not only does he have good hands, not only is he tough as nails, he can also juke you out of your shoes if you're not careful. And another thing is, he doesn't have the Barry Sanders type ability, but I have seen him several plays stop on a dime, skirt, and go in the opposite direction, just like that. I think that this was a great get for the Chargers. Have not had an opportunity to see any of his play at all this season, but since I am mentioning him and I do love my dogs, I will be keeping a further eye on Mr. Andrew Ladd McConkey, and you should too. Especially Charger fans, y'all got yourself a good one. Don't mess him up, because we'll bring him to Atlanta. I don't care. Let's do the Dirty Bird one more time. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, your Rookie of the Week, the one, the only, the 2-time National College Football Champion, Mr. Ladd McConkey. Thank you very much. Don't forget to tip your servers.
I had my microphone muted, sorry. But we will definitely be keeping an eye on Mr. Ladd McConkey going forward with said Chargers and Mr. Jim Harbaugh. Okay, well, the next segment on our show is one that I started the first week. It's a new segment I'm doing. I don't have an intro, so I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. My segment is called Exit Stage Left. And this week, it's an owner. that I'm telling to take a hike. And because, okay, I'm just going to say these 2 words, this gentleman's name, and you'll already know. Jerry Jones. Okay, Jerry. It is really time for you to stop playing. You are really.
Did you hear that, Janae? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
It's all right. It's all right. But yes, Jerry Jones, it is time for you, my friend, to really, really, really give up as the owner of this football team. The reason I think I'm so passionate about this is because I actually like a lot of the players on the Dallas Cowboys, and he doesn't, I don't know, he has to be in the spotlight, and I don't get that as an owner. I mean, like, how big is your ego, sir? Like, how much do you have to be the guy who gets the quote or talks to the people after the game? Like, why are you doing these things? Like, why are you a focal point in your organization? I just want to know that. I mean, go back years, right? He gets rid of Jimmy Johnson after he won a couple Super Bowls for him. Why? Why did he really get rid of him? What would be the point? I mean, you could speculate. I'm just saying, but like, why would you get rid of a guy like that? Then you bring in Barry Switzer, who couldn't coach a peewee football team, and he wins a championship. Everybody thinks it's the greatest move in the world, but yeah, it was the team that Jimmy Johnson put together. So Delilah or I, Handy or Tina could have coached that team and won a Super Bowl. Okay, so I don't want to hear any of that. But it just, after a while, his act has just grown tired to me. Like, I get tired of hearing his quote, like, we're going to pay this guy. No, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And now they're really in danger. Let's be honest. They lost their 2 best defensive players are going to be out right now. One, we don't know for how long. The other, I think he's out for a couple of weeks. But you're in danger of this season going down the drain for you as well. And I guess I just can't wait to hear, if that happens, what you have to say about your team. Because this is the team you put together. This is the team that you didn't want to do this. You didn't want to pay Dak at first, then you paid him. You got rid of Tony Pollard. You were going to do this. You were going to do that. You like your team and all that. And again, I like your team too. I'm not a fan of yours. I'm not going to lie. So, Mr. Jones, exit stage left, my friend. Do us all a favor. I don't want to hear any more of your sound bites. I don't want to hear any more of your quips. I don't want to hear about your team, being a Super Bowl contender. Because right now, they ain't. So, that's all I have to say about that. Let us move on. Yeah, I could go on for days, I'm sure, but I will not. It's only an hour or so show, so let's keep it moving. As always, we have come, as Boyz II Men said, to the end of the. What happened? Oh, you want to comment? You can if you want to. I didn't think anybody was, but okay. If you have something,
100% agree with you. Jerry is crazy. Like, he just sits there and he's got to have the mic, and it's all about Jerry, and it's all about this, and no one can do any better than him. And I honestly, like, was he there when Deion Sanders was there? Because I have to be honest, I didn't pay attention to the Cowboys back then. They irritated the piss out of me. America's team.
He was there. He's been there forever. The damn guy.
Like, do you ever think Deion just looked at him and said, "You go back there"? I wish he had. I don't.
He bought the team in
He
89.
has to be the center of attention at all times, and it's a distraction now. Like, their defense, it's not just the injuries they had this week. Deron Bland, who was the cornerback and last year led the league in every category you could talk about for a secondary position, he's out.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys lose the way they did because their secondary wasn't as well. Well, you lost a guy there. But he's the chairman. He owns the team. No one is going to tell him no. I think he needs to be told no, and I think he needs to step back. But
100%.
No, who's going to be the one to tell him?
I don't. Yeah, no, that's a great question. You're right.
Now
his daughter's not going to.
No, and his son's not either, because his son gets the team when he steps down or whatever. So yeah, he's not going to say anything.
And there might be another daughter involved too. So
there could be, but yes, but I'm just saying.
No, that was confirmed.
It was. It was confirmed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay, well, there you go. All right.
But he has the mic, and here's the thing: As long as the press people and the sideline reporters go up to Jerry for their comment, he's going to continue to have the talking space that he wants. He can say what he wants, and they're never going to actually be able to probably, as you like to say, exit stage left. They won't be able to put the hook on him and pull him off to the side. So
there you go.
He's worth a soundbite. That's why everybody still goes to him.
Oh yeah,
I hear you.
I include his most famous one that we can't repeat on the show.
Yeah.
But the one thing, if I have anything good to say about Jerry Jones, and I got to dig a little deep to find it, is that Jerry Jones is kind of like the P.T. Barnum of the NFL. If you look at what he did when he came in and bought the team, and how he marketed the team and pushed it, and the things that he did for the team, as far as developing the marketing portion, the business portion of the football team,
and the NFL.
Yeah, and overall for the NFL, he bought the Dallas Cowboys for $140 million, and they are now they're almost like a $6 billion sports franchise. I think they are the most valuable professional sports franchise on the planet, if not in the top 5. So
I feel like one of the soccer clubs.
Yeah, probably like Man U or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like one of the soccer clubs are higher, but that's different because people like soccer around the world.
Yeah, there's soccer. But even then, what does that tell you? That as popular as football, as popular as European football is all around the globe, as United States centric as American football is, that Jerry Jones owns a franchise that is one of the top 5 most valuable sports franchise. That part he got right. But at this point, he could go right off into the sunset. He can go right off. He can go right off and find glory, as the abbreviated version of what they like to say. So, but yeah, it's time for him to go.
Delilah, anything you want to add while we're here?
No, I'm good.
Okay, just check it. Like I said, just check it. I want to make sure. But okay, as always, we have come to the end of our program. A little tears coming down my eye right now because we're at the end, but that's okay. But as always, we like to end with one last thought, and this year we changed it up a bit. I thought maybe it'd be fun, just a little more fun to you get to know a little something about the 4 of us as we go along during the week. So this week's question, I'm just going to throw it out to everyone. So Delilah, we'll start with you. What is your favorite breakfast cereal? If you're going to have cereal, what do you like?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes! That is an awesome answer. I do love that cereal. It's not my favorite, but I love that one. Because I like drinking cinnamon milk, I guess. I don't know. Because at the end, you just sit there and slurp it all up, right? Like, it's just one of those things. Or I do that. But no, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a great one. Anthony, how about you, sir? What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
My favorite breakfast cereal, I unfortunately, because of my problems with milk, I don't do cereal anymore. But when I did, my absolute favorite, if you brought it home, the box was going to be gone in less than 24 hours, was honeycomb.
Honeycomb, yeah. No.
And so was
as a kid, I did like this.
So was the roof of my mouth.
Wow. Okay then. Yeah. It is a little bit of a rough cereal, right? Bit of a rough one.
It's kind of like eating the gravel. If you ever wanted to know what it was like to eat gravel. Yeah, in terms of consistency, but the flavor I loved.
No, 100%. I would agree with that. Tina, how about you? What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Well, my parents didn't let me have sugary foods, which I think you don't realize why. My favorite is Raisin Bran.
Okay. No. Hey, not a bad choice either, honestly. Like, Raisin Bran is not a bad cereal. That was that's what I like.
It's if you bring it in my house, it's going to be gone in like a day or two. I'll eat it all the time. But yeah.
Well, see, now I know what to send to you. I'll just send you Raisin Bran boxes. That'll be great. Happy birthday, Tina. Here's some Raisin Bran.
Thank you.
No, but no, exactly. Thank you. Mine. It's funny because I have a couple. But my favorite, and it's been a favorite probably for the last few years, and I began because of everything that I went through in terms of losing weight and surgery and all that, I haven't had cereal probably in over a year. Very truthful. But Honey Nut Cheerios has always been a favorite of mine. I just like the taste of it, and I've always kind of liked Cheerios. You know, in the old days, you would just take Cheerios and then dump sugar on it anyways to make it taste better. So, but when they came out with Honey Nut Cheerios, I was hooked. That is definitely my favorite. Again, I don't know, I don't know when I'll have cereal again, but when I do, I'm sure it will be Honey Nut Cheerios. But again, that ends another week of the Roundtable. We are so happy you stuck with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We absolutely appreciate all of you. Thank you for the comments. I saw Nicole, Ben, Sean, a few other people. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time on this Tuesday. For Delilah Crespo, Anthony Handy, and Tina Winter, I'm Nick Rosario, and we shall see you guys next week.
Are we?
Yeah, we're good.
No,